And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boschberg Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Brevard, North Carolina, nestled in the mountains of western North Carolina for this men's basketball presentation as the Tornadoes host the Southern Virginia Knights in the USA South Conference opener for both these teams. Highly anticipated matchup as both these teams are looking forward to getting their conference play underway. It's really, in so many ways, the start of a new season in men's basketball when you turn the page into the conference schedule. And not only have we turned the page into 2025 and the new year, but USA South Conference play begins today in earnest. Tornadoes with a 5-4 overall record heading into this home matchup. And Southern Virginia 9-2 overall. One of, in some ways you could say, surprises of the USA South Conference. Picked 7th in the preseason conference poll, but have had a great non-conference performance. 9-2 overall, and currently riding a 5-game win streak heading into this matchup versus Brevard. Earlier this week, Brevard College's Twain Wilson won his 3rd USA South Conference Rookie of the Week award. And Twain, along with Brennan Wansley, who's also won 3 Rookie of the Weeks. Pretty remarkable stuff. The 2 freshmen have combined for 6 of the 7 USA South Conference Rookie of the Week awards so far this season. And they're looking to continue that strong play into conference play now, where the stakes get that much higher beginning with today. Well, starting lineups for both teams. We mentioned Wansley. He'll get the start for the Tornadoes along with the senior Charles Reed, senior KK Horan, and senior Charlie Hester, part of that starting lineup as well. And Jaden Carnes, the junior forward, rounds out the starting lineup. Southern Virginia starters are as follows: Christian Good, Tillman Johnson, DJ Green, Eli Ballstadt, and Tyler Karchner are the starters for the Knights. These two teams with a 2-2 mark in the all-time series, so all even after 2 years of matchups since Southern Virginia joined the USA South Conference. And most recently, at the end or towards the end of last season, the Tornadoes at home right here at the Bosch defeated Southern Virginia 77-66. And in that game, Jaden Carnes led the way, 19 points, 8 of 10 from the field, and hit 3 3-pointers. So Carnes and the Tornadoes looking to keep that sort of success in the all-time series going against the Knights, coming off that 77-66 win in February of 2024. So stick with us. We'll have the Tornadoes and the Knights, USA South Conference season opener for both these teams. We're about 8 minutes from pregame introductions. We'll have the introductions along with the opening tip of Southern Virginia versus Brevard men's basketball from the Bosch coming up shortly.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time the Brevard College Athletic Department respectfully asks you to please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet this afternoon. Starting lineups first, the visiting Knights of Southern Virginia. At guard, 6'3" sophomore from Brevard, Virginia, #1, Christian Good. At guard, 6'3" junior from Mason, Arizona, #2, Tony Johnson. At guard, 5'10" junior from Colorado, #10, DJ Green. At forward, 6'5" senior from Midway, Utah, #32, Brevard Halstead. And at center, 6'8" senior from Brevard, Utah, #33, Tyler Carlson. And guard, 6'2" senior from Asheville, North Carolina. #11, KK Horton. And guard, 6'4" junior from Concord, North Carolina. #12, Jaden Carr. And guard, 6'5" senior from Huntersville, North Carolina. #13, Charlie Hester. We're players coached by Mr. Lee Burgess, assisted by Juan Casey and Jim Martin.
Starting lineups announced and ready to get things going here at the Bosch, the start of the USA South Conference schedule for these two clubs. The visitors from Southern Virginia and the host, the Brevard College Tornadoes. Opening tip, Brennan Wansley versus Tyler Karchner. And the Knights win the opening tip in the red uniforms with the white numerals. Tornadoes in their home white uniforms, blue lettering, blue numerals. Southern Virginia working the perimeter now. Three-pointer from Ballstead, and he hits it right off the bat. A three-pointer for the Knights. So the Knights strike early with the first point scored for Southern Virginia in the USA South Conference schedule. Southern Virginia on a 5-game win streak. Great non-conference performance by the Knights. 9-2 on the season overall. Three-pointer here for Carnes. So Jaden Carnes answers with a three-pointer of his own. Carnes was the leading scorer when these two teams last met with 19 points. And the equalizer from Carnes. Here's Johnson. Ball stat from three. It rims out. Offensive rebound and putback is good by Karchner. Karchner, 6'8" senior from Draper, Utah. And certainly had the advantage down low. That offensive rebound and putback. Carnes. Three-pointer from Charles Reed rims out. Tillman Johnson the other way. Johnson guarded by KK Horton. Ballstedt swing it around. Hand off to DJ Green. Green launches from three. It's no good. Charles Reed. Nice job pulling down that defensive rebound. Up ahead to Hester. Hester to Carnes. Carnes with a reverse layup. It's no good. Here comes Green the other way. Green with some tempo. Dishes it off to Ballstedt. Ballstedt takes it through the lane. No good. Wansley with the rebound for the NATOs. Wansley hands it ahead to the veteran Charles Reed. Horton. Carnes, an open three. Again, no good. Rebounded by Tillman Johnson. Ballstedt swings it to Green. Green picks up his dribble with Carnes defending. Stolen away by Reed on the bad pass by Ballstedt. Turnaround jumper from Wansley's good. That's a pretty piece of basketball from Wansley along the baseline, the three-time winner of the USA South Conference Rookie of the Week award this season. And we're all tied up at 5. Both teams anxious to get off to a great start here in USA South Conference play. Here's Johnson. Christian Good. Nice job defensively by Carnes. Reed comes up with the loose ball. Now Reed pushes it ahead to Wansley. Charlie Hester from three. It's good. And so the Tornadoes have hit 2 3-pointers and take their first lead of the game, now 8-5. Down low, nice job finding Karchner, who's able to finish there and cuts the Tornado lead to 8-7. Wansley, KK Horton, down low to Hester. Hester dishes it off to Carnes. Horton, nice job taking the defender one-on-one. KK Horton able to blow past Johnson and give the Tornadoes a 10-7 lead. 4 minutes have elapsed here in this USA South Conference opener, as a three-pointer there is no good from the corner by Ballstedt. And here's Horton pushing ahead. Horton across with a pass to Hester. And ball is going to go out of bounds. It'll remain Brevard ball, but that'll bring us to our first media timeout. The score, Tornadoes 10, Knights 7.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at the Boschover Gymnasium, USA South Conference opener for Brevard College and the Southern Virginia Knights. Tornadoes women's basketball also in action today, as the Tornadoes are at Meredith, just down the road in Raleigh, North Carolina. Say just down the road, about a 4-hour trip or so. And Tornadoes off to a hot 8-0 start in the women's game, ahead of Meredith early on in Raleigh. Back here, men's basketball action. KK Horton hands it off to Wansley. Wansley tried to find Carnes down low, taken away by Good. Johnson trying to reset the offense for the Knights. Ballstat swings it around to Green. Green on the move and the finish. Great finish there by Green. 10-9 your score. Reed brings it across midcourt for the NATOs. Wansley. Carnes for three. Just rims out. $10-9 your score. Tornadoes on top here. 5 minutes have elapsed in this USA South Conference opener. And Wansley had the rebound momentarily. And then Christian Good was able to swoop in and come up with the loose ball. Then he was fouled. Wansley charged with the foul. Just the first team foul for either team. And first free throws we've seen for either team as well, as that free throw's up and good by Christian Good, the sophomore guard from Roanoke, Virginia, William Fleming High School. And Good with his second attempt, it's good as well. And the Knights retake the lead 11-10. As Tornadoes able to break a little bit of pressure there, a little full court pressure by the Knights. Now the Knights settle into their man-to-man defense. Reed, after Hester attracted a double team, he misses the three-pointer. Checking in for Southern Virginia, Jude Ballstead. He wears number 21, and there's Ballstead right on cue, but taken away by Wansley. Here's Reed across midcourt. Wansley defended by Jude Ballstead, and an offensive foul on Wansley. That's going to be his second foul, and the second team foul for the Tornadoes. And Wansley will head to the bench. Now, we mentioned Wansley's 3 USA South Conference Rookie of the Week awards. Well, the man who just substituted in for Wansley, Twain Wilson, has also won 3 honors. Remarkably, the Tornadoes, 6 of the 7 available Rookie of the Week honors have gone to NATOs. Twain Wilson and Wansley each with 3. So Wansley sits with 2 fouls. Twain Wilson into the game as the Tornadoes will have possession after that loose ball went off the hand of a Knight. Checking in for the Knights, Cade Herrick, sophomore point guard out of San Clemente, California. Hester. Wilson swings it around to Reed. Quick ball movement for the NATOs. Hester finds Reed once again. Reed backing up the smaller Herrick into the post. And Herrick is charged with a foul. And it'll be called a shooting foul. So 2 shots coming here for Charles Reed. And Southern Virginia's bench disagreeing with that a bit. Thought the foul might have been on the floor. Reed hits the free throw. Meanwhile, Justin Goodlock checks in. Another freshman for the Tornadoes who's made big contributions so far this season out of Elberton, Georgia, Athens Academy. 13:31 to play here at the Bosch. First half, Tornadoes and Knights. Taking it all by himself into the lane there was Eli Ballstead. Now Twain Wilson finding KK Horan in the corner, and Horan is fouled by Herrick in the act of shooting a three-pointer. So 3 free throws coming here for KK Horton. So Herrick checked in, and 2 quick fouls against Herrick. Now each team with 2 team fouls, and Horton to the line shooting 3. First free throw is true. Horton, the senior from Asheville, North Carolina, Asheville Christian Academy. Second free throw rattles out. He'll have a third attempt coming here. Brock McKnight checks in for the NATOs. First look at McKnight we've seen here in this USA South Conference opener. 14-11, NATO's on top of the Knights. Just under 13 minutes to play here in the first half. Three-pointer there for Green's no good. Horton pulls down the rebound and pushes ahead. Horton now taking his man off the dribble and the finish. Pretty play by KK Horton. And the Tornadoes with their largest lead of the game, up 16-11. And a whistle there on Brevard. Fouls on Wilson. Horton with 6 points leads all scorers. Pair of field goals, a pair of free throws. And pretty take there. Individual effort on that last bucket. Drayshawn Brown checks in, another newcomer for the NATOs. This time not a freshman, but a junior out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Free throws made, and Tornadoes lead 16-13 here. 12:30 to play. Half number one. Wilson. Brock McKnight, 8 on the shot clock for the NATOs. Here's Brown. Goodlock from 3. It's no good. Rebound there by Tillman Johnson. Now Johnson pushes it ahead. Johnson's with the extra pass there, able to find his teammate Eli Ballstead, and he buries the 3. Southern Virginia, until that 3, had struggled a bit from beyond the arc. Was 1 of 6, now 2 of 7. That's identical to what the Tornadoes are showing from the land of 3. Also 2 of 7 as Goodlock finishes down low. 18-16 NATOs. 11:30 to play here in the first. Johnson dribbling to his left. Goodlock trying to keep up with Johnson. Johnson with the finish and the and one. Really nicely done by Johnson of the Knights, and that'll make the score 18-16, and we have a timeout on the floor, a media timeout with 11:17 to play here in the first half. USA South Conference opener at the Bosch.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us, not just this afternoon, but all season long. All tied up at 18. Here in half number one. Free throw coming for Southern Virginia. Equal game in a lot of ways statistically. Both teams 2 of 7 from 3, as we mentioned. Tornadoes shooting 46% overall from the field, and Southern Virginia 43%. Southern Virginia 4 of 4 from the free throw line, looking to make it 5 of 5 here as Johnson misses, however. First missed free throw for the Knights. And back to work the Tornadoes offense will go. Brock McKnight hands it off to Brown. Here's Horton. Wilson from three. It's no good. Karshner skies for the rebound. Miss there. And offensive rebound for the Knights. Their third of the contest. Six on the shot clock for the Knights. Turnaround jumper with McKnight in his face, and Johnson's able to deliver. So Johnson's scored the last 4 points for the Knights, who have retaken the lead 20-18. It's our fourth lead change. We've had 6 tied scores so far. As another take there by Johnson, but a little out of control there for the finish, and the Tornadoes back the other way. 10 minutes to play here in this first half. And a whistle and a blocking foul as Goodluck was fed the ball down low. Foul on Jude Ballstadt, his first. Team foul number 3. And Reed will inbounds for the Nados. So 3 team fouls for the Knights, 4 for the Nados. Wilson. Pull-up jumper, mid-range, good. Twain Wilson getting on the board for the first time this afternoon. And we're tied up once again for the 7th time in this contest, 20-20. Take there, and great job by Brown with the block. And now Brown, big time block, and gets things settled for the Nados. Back the other way offensively. Here's Reed. Reed was looking for a cutting Brown, taken away there, however, by DJ Green. Green thought about the 3 momentarily, then dished it off to Good. Takeaway there for the Nados. Wilson in the right place at the right time, and now up ahead are the Nados. McKnight for 3, it's good. The third three-pointer of the game, that one by Brock McKnight. We've been talking about these NATO newcomers this season. Knight, a sophomore, not a newcomer, however, really his impact has made a name for himself this season. And Eli Ballstadt will head to the line. Meanwhile, Jaden Carnes checks back in. Goodluck heads to the bench. So Carnes, Brown, Reed, Wilson, and McKnight on the floor for the Nados. And free throw coming here for Ballstead. Tied up once again, 23 apiece. Back and forth affair, tight affair, 8th tie of the game. Reed. Hands it off to Brown. Brown defended by Good. McKnight. Brown once again, 9 on the shot clock for the Nados. Now 5 on the shot clock. From way downtown, here's Wilson. It's no good. Might have rushed things a little bit with the shot clock running down. Meanwhile, here's Good on the attack. Extra pass there. Able to find the open Knight. Griffith. Second chance opportunity now for the Knights after the offensive rebound. Here's Griffith again for 3. It's no good. Colin Griffith, sophomore out of Virginia. And a foul on the floor is going to be called on the Nados. And after this media timeout, it'll be 1-1 coming back as Southern Virginia is now in the bonus.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
So the foul was called on Jaden Carnes, loose ball foul. Head coach Lee Burgess unhappy with that ruling, and it'll be free throws coming back. Referee had indicated 1-on-1, but believe it's actually just 6 team fouls, so we'll make sure here in terms of a potential bonus situation. So in fact, not in the bonus yet, so 6 fouls. And the Knights will inbound. All tied up at 23. Eli Ballstad, tight defense from Wilson. Ballstad able to back down Wilson and the finish as the shot clock was running out. 25-23 Knights. Lead change number 6. Wilson to Reed. No good. Carnes was battling for the rebound, ends up in the hands of Ballstad of the Knights. Eli Ballstad with the take. And then the tip in by Karshner. Once again, that height advantage. Karshner 6'8", able to tip that in. A lot of size between Ballstad and Karshner. Here's Carnes. Backs up, dribbles with the left hand, able to find a cutting Brown in the finish. Beautiful dish there. Beautiful cut from Brown. And the Tornadoes team offense delivers. 27-25 Knights. Three-pointer there is no good. Another offensive rebound for the Knights. And then the finish by Karshner. Karshner starting to come alive here. He now has 8 points. Knights now with 7 offensive rebounds. And 10 second chance points. Tornadoes with a big disadvantage in that department. Just 1 offensive rebound, no second chance points, as a three-pointer there from Good makes the NATO's pay. And meanwhile, the Knights on a 7-0 run have opened up their biggest lead, but Carnes has other ideas. Big finish there. 32-27, 5:40 to play. Opening half here. And taking his man off the dribble was Eli Ballstad, and then the foul by the NATOs. It'll be a shooting foul, so 2 fouls coming. And 2 free throws from Ballstad. Ballstad leads all scorers with 13 points. 3 for 3 from the line so far. And make it 4 for 4. Jeremy Posner checks in. Posner, the native of Miami, Florida. As free throw there's off the mark and rebounded by Reed. 33-27. Knights up by 6. Carnes Reed back to Carnes. Horton hands it off to Posner. 4 on the shot clock. Horton pull up, no good as the shot clock was expiring. Rebound there by Luke DeVore, then taken away by KK Horton. Horton behind the back dribble, taken right back away by DeVore. Finished there by Griffith, so nice job by the Knights taking advantage of the turnover. And Knights now ahead 35-27. Carnes. Horton back to Carnes. Reed on the move and the finish. Charles Reed now with 4 points. Go along with 3 rebounds and 2 steals. Griffith from 3, and he hits it. So Griffith has scored the last 5 for the Knights, and the Knights with their largest lead now 38-29. Timeout for Brevard College to try to stop that momentum here with 4:13 to play here at the Bosch. Well, next up for the Tornadoes men's basketball team, a trip to Mary Baldwin in Staunton, Virginia. That's on Tuesday. And then the men's team will return to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium at 2 p.m. on Saturday, January the 11th, so 1 week from today. And that's part of a men's-women's doubleheader as the Tornadoes, both the men's team and the women's team, will take on Methodists. And then there's a Sunday matchup on Sunday, January the 12th, as the Tornadoes host NC Wesleyan at 2 p.m. here at the Bosch. So all sorts of action coming up as we've turned the page on the new year. Glad you're able to join us for Brevard College Tornado basketball. (38-29). Southern Virginia on top. Southern Virginia's come alive as of late, has hit 5 of their last 6 free field goal attempts. And on a 13-4 run. Tornadoes just over 4 minutes here in this opening half to try to cut into that advantage for the Knights. Hester was looking for Carnes, poked away there by DeVore. DeVore has been active defensively. Meanwhile, pull-up jumper here is good by DJ Green. 40-29. A 15-4 run. Carnes hands it off to Hester. Hester poked away again by DeVore. Transition action there for the Knights, and Posner will be called for the foul as Johnson was taking it strong to the hoop. And it'll be 2 free throws coming for Tillman Johnson. Tillman Johnson, junior guard out of Mesa, Arizona, Westwood High School, as he makes that free throw. Johnson on the season, a 71% free throw shooter heading into this one. And he makes both free throws. Leads extended even further, 42-29. This game was tied at 25. And the Knights really come alive as of late. And another run within the run here as of late with a 7-0 run, but that's snapped by KK Horton, who makes that three-pointer. Horton now with 9 points to lead Brevard. Under 3 minutes to play opening half. Knights trying to take advantage of a double team by the Tornadoes defensively. Posner able to come up with the rebound. Horton to Hester. Hester hands it off to Posner. Hester from downtown. It's no good. Rebounded by Johnson. 5th rebound for Johnson. DeVore down low. Off the feed there by Eli Ballstad. 12-point lead for the Knights. Horton was looking to swing it over to Hester and ended up in the hands of Tillman Johnson. Johnson now. Green from 3, it's good. And now a 15-point lead for the Knights. Knights have come alive here in these last 4 or 5 minutes. Hester. Hester turnaround. Nice job there on the baseline. Tornadoes desperately needed that. Charlie Hester now with 5 points. Down to the final 80 seconds of this first half. Green from 3. It's no good. Horton and Green fight for the rebound. It's off the hands of Green. Tornado ball. Checking in for Southern Virginia. Karshner returns. He replaces DeVore, who very effective, doing a lot of the little things. And DeVore on the run, on the floor rather, for so much of that big scoring run by the Knights, and another turnover there for the Tornadoes. These tornado turnovers starting to haunt Brevard a bit. That's turnover number 10. And Southern Virginia with 14 points off tornado turnovers. 1:07 to play here in the first half. 47-34. This game was tied at 25, and it's been all Southern Virginia ever since. Well, spring sports just around the corner at Brevard College. You can check out all the schedules at bctornadoes.com. That includes the Brevard College baseball team. They'll open on the road at Averett in non-conference play in Danville, Virginia, February 8th and 9th, and then the opening series at home for Brevard College as the Tornadoes host Toccoa Falls, February 14th and 15th. So final minute of action here in this first half. Stolen away there by Horan. Horan on the move, and a foul there. Knights had a foul to give, so in a lot of ways a smart foul for Southern Virginia, as Horton was on the move after the steal. His second steal of the contest. Reed has a pair of steals as well. And here's Reed inbounding. He's able to find Carnes. KK Horton. Reed was cutting. Green did a good job sticking with him. Horton for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Karshner. And then stolen away by Reed, and Reed gets fouled. Great job, Charles Reed. That's vintage Charles Reed. One of the top defensive players to come through the program here at Brevard College, and big-time play there. Taking that away from Karshner and going up strong and drawing the foul from Karshner. First free throw from Reed, no good. Just the 6th and 7th free throw attempts for the Tornadoes in this contest as Reed misses them both. 47-34 your score. About a 10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Green. Down to 7 on the shot clock for the Knights. Strong take and one. Eli Ballstat. Big time take and finish there for Ballstat, the leading scorer for the Knights, entering this contest, averaging 18.5 points per game. And he'll be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. He's an 86% free throw shooter. Today he's been to the line 5 times, made 4 of them. And leads all scorers today with 16 points. Eli Ballstad looking to convert the three-point play the old-fashioned way here, and he does. 50-34. Last chance for the NATOs here in the opening half, down to the final 10 seconds, shot clock off. Here's Reed. Posner. Carnes along the baseline, able to drill that jumper from a mid-range distance on the baseline, and the Tornadoes able to cut the deficit to 14 points, and they'll head into the halftime locker room with the Knights ahead 50-36. Ballstat has led the way for the Knights with 17 points. Horton has led the Tornadoes with 9. And the Knights have really taken charge here in the second half of this first half. And they'll enjoy a 49-34 lead at the half. We'll stick around. We'll have second half action, also bring all the first half stats in just a few moments. Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Thanks for joining us. Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, halftime between the Knights and the Tornadoes here in the USA South Conference opener for both teams. KK Horton leading the way for the Nados with 9 points. Jaden Carnes has 7. 8 different Tornadoes have found the scoring column. Southern Virginia, Eli Ballstad leading the way with 17 points. Southern Virginia shooting 51% from the field. Tornadoes actually out shooting the Knights, shooting 52%. However, a couple areas where the Knights really have made a difference in this one, contributing to their 14-point advantage. Free throws, Knights 9 of 11 compared to just 4 of 7 for the Tornadoes. And the Knights have taken advantage of Tornadoes' turnovers. Tornadoes have turned the ball over 10 times. 14 points off turnovers for the Knights. And then the area of offensive rebounds, the Knights with 7 offensive rebounds, Brevard with 1. And Southern Virginia has made the Tornadoes pay, scoring 12 second chance points on those 7 offensive boards. Tornadoes will regroup at halftime here. Still very much a manageable ball game, down by 14, but you wouldn't want to get down much further than this as we start this second half in just a matter of moments. Also in action this afternoon, the Brevard College women's basketball team. Your score at the halftime in Raleigh, North Carolina, Brevard 28, Meredith 21 in women's basketball. Stick around, we'll have second half action here, Brevard versus Southern Virginia, coming up shortly. Second half, moments away from getting started here at the Bosch. First contest of the new year for these two teams. First contest in the USA South Conference. And Brevard will inbounds and have the first possession here of the second half. 50-36, Southern Virginia on top. Wansley. Reed back to Wansley. Zone defense for the Knights here to open this second half. Wansley Nice pump fake, and then a take to the hoop. Gets his own rebound in the finish and one. Big time effort, big time finish there by Wansley. The pump fake, the take, misses the short jumper, and then gets his own rebound, goes right back up with it, draws the foul, and able to rattle home the putback. And that's a great sign here to start this second half. Wansley was held to just 2 points in that first half. Key part of Brevard College's attack, and he's able to start things off with a three-pointer the old-fashioned way. As finished there the other way by Eli Ballstad. He's been tough to figure out by the Tornadoes defense. Wansley, by the way, leads Brevard College in scoring, so to hold Wansley to 2 points in that first half, got to consider that a big win from the Knights' perspective. But Wansley coming out firing here in the second half. Another strong tape in the finish, so Wansley scored 5 points to open this second half for the Brevard offense. Knights working the perimeter. Now once again taking on multiple defenders, Eli Ballstad. Ballstad with that combination of size and also can put the ball on the floor. Earning another trip to the free throw line. Misses that one. This next one coming will be his 7th of the game. Ballstad gets it done in a lot of different categories. He can shoot the three as well for the Knights. Able to make that second free throw. 53-41, 12-point game here at the Bosch. Carnes. Horton. Back to Carnes. Carnes from downtown. It's good. Carnes drills the three from the top of the key. He's the first Tornado in double digits with 10 points. His second three-pointer of the day. And Tornadoes have cut the deficit back into single digits, but an answer there by Ballstad. We just talked about his three-point shooting prowess. That's his third three-pointer of the game. He now leads all scorers with 23. Hester. And Hester able to put the ball on the floor with Ballstad defending, and the foul will be on Ballstad. KK Horan will inbounds from out of bounds. Second team foul on the Knights. Reed. There's Horan with the dribble to his left. Poked away momentarily there by Karchner. Wansley. Horton for three. It's good. So back-to-back three-pointers for the Tornadoes. Lead back to 9 for the Knights. 17:25 to play here in this second half. Horton with some tight defense there on Good. Here's DJ Green defended by Hester. Carnes, great job stealing that away on the inbounds pass to Karchner. Horton for three, it's good! So the last three baskets by the Tornadoes from the land of three, and they've come all the way back to make this a 6-point ball game after trailing by 14 at the half. And a traveling violation on the Knights. And the Boschmer Gymnasium has suddenly come alive here. Brevard's outscored Southern Virginia 14-6 here in this second half. And then a turnover there by the Knights on the traveling violation. Tornadoes looking to continue this comeback. Backdoor cut there, and the finish from Horan. Beautiful pass from Carnes. Beautiful finish by Horan. And it's a 4-point ball game. 8-0 run for the Nados. And who else but Eli Ballstad takes it strong to the hoop, draws the foul. Foul's on Horton. And it'll be 2 free throws for Ballstadt, leading all scorers with 23 points. But great performance here by the NATOs to start this second half, outscoring Southern Virginia 16-6 here in the second stanza. Lead back to 5 after that made free throw from Ballstadt. Second free throw good as well. Ballstadt now at 25 points. Five-game win streak the Knights are riding. As a three-pointer there just misses. That attempt from Hester. Johnson swings it over to Jude Ballstadt, and Jude Ballstadt with a strong take. Hester thought he had a clean block, but Jude Ballstadt able to earn a trip to the free throw line. And first free throw is good. Well, free throw discrepancy certainly a factor in this game. This will be attempt number 17 for Southern Virginia. Tornadoes have attempted just 8 free throws. It's been one of the difference makers for the Knights in this one. 8-point lead for the Knights at the moment, as Tornadoes will go back to work with their half-court set. Here's Wansley. Horton from 3, it's no good. And media timeout on the floor, 15:46 to play. Knights 60, Tornadoes 52.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
60-52, Southern Virginia on top of Brevard. Brevard has come alive here in this second half. Shooting 6 of 9 from the field, have hit 3 3-pointers. KK Horton especially hot, hitting a 3-pointer and 8 points total for Horton. He now has 17 to lead the Tornadoes. Carnes has 10. Wansley has 7, with 5 of the 7 coming here in the second half. Eli Ballstadt continues to lead Southern Virginia, and all players for that matter, with 25 points. So coming out of the media timeout, 60-52. Knights on top. And that'll remain Knights basketball with 16 on the shot clock. Eli Ballstadt from 3, it's no good. And here comes KK Horton the other way. Horton, some nifty dribbling, now finds Reed. Reed. Carnes along the baseline finds an open Wansley. Wansley for 3, and it's good. It bounces in. Wansley now with 10 points, 8 of which have come in the second half. And then Wansley with the steal up ahead to Horton and the finish. 60-57. Tornadoes have worked their way all the way back, making this a one-possession game. Tornadoes Trailed by 14 at the half. Now trailed by 3. And a turnover there for Southern Virginia as Johnson tossed it out of bounds, and the Tornadoes continue this second half assault. 21-10 advantage here in the second half. And blocked there by Wansley. Southern Virginia's bench wants a goaltend, but not the case. It's ruled a clean block. Brennan Wansley swatted that thing all the way to Hendersonville. Oh my. Wansley and the Tornadoes have come alive on both sides of the ball. .14 minutes to play here in the second half. Three-pointer there is good. Big-time answer for Jude Ballstad. Six-point game here at the Bosch. KK Horton, Reed, Carnes, Hester, back to Horton. Horton for 3, it's no good. Tillman Johnson getting up high for the rebound. That's his 7th. Green. And another block shot more by the Tornadoes. They've had 2 blocks their last 2 possessions for the Knights, but then turnover there for the Nados. And another block, but this one will be ruled a goaltend on Wansley, so count the basket. 65-57. You got to like the energy that the Tornadoes have brought here in this second half. Some subs for Brevard. McKnight has checked back in. Also Twain Wilson and Justin Goodlock. Wilson. Goodlock from downtown. It's good. Godlock from 3. And Tornadoes trail by 5. Tornadoes have hit 5 3-pointers here in this second half to pace the offense. Stolen away there by the Nados. Nice job defensively. Both teams now with 12 turnovers apiece. Hester was looking for Reed on the backdoor cut, and then Reed fouls Herrick. That'll be his 2nd personal foul for Charles Reed. 12:24 to play here in this second half. You can feel the intensity start to pick up here in the second half as well. Both these teams hungry to start USA South Conference play with a W. Three-pointer by Eli Ballstad off the mark. It'll be Tornado ball. DJ Green checks back in. Eli Ballstad will take a breather, leading all scorers with 25 points. Here's Reed. Hester. Goudlock. Hester once again against a smaller DJ Green. Stolen away. Herrick able to punch that out of the hands of Hester. Crossover dribble there by Johnson. And then a miss there close to the basket by Green. Reed. McKnight. Swain Wilson from three. It's good. The reigning USA South Conference Rookie of the Week with his first three-pointer. Tornadoes now 6 three-pointers in just 9 attempts here in the second half. Lead cut to 2. Make it a 4-point lead as Tillman Johnson, big-time finish there. Here's Wilson, McKnight. Hester from downtown, and he's fouled. He'll have 3 free throws when we come back from the break. Knights 67, Tornadoes 63, 10:35 here. Second half at the Bosch.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, big-time second-half performance thus far for the Tornadoes. Outscoring the Knights 27-17. Currently a 4-point deficit. Now 3 free throws coming as Hester was fouled in the act of shooting a 3. First free throw good. Hester missing that second free throw. Hester, an excellent free throw shooter, entering this contest shooting 90% from the line. And he makes 2 of 3 there. And the lead cut to 2. Tornadoes have not led this contest since the 8:49 mark of the first half. Back when it was 23-22. If you remember, we were then tied at 25, and Southern Virginia with a big run to end that first half. Tornadoes have answered back here in the start of the second half, but there's an answer of Southern Virginia's as Colin Griffith drills the 3, his second three-pointer of the contest. 70-65, under 10 minutes to play here. Wilson dribbles to his left, finds Reed. His pass intercepted by the Knights. Turnover number 15 for the NATOs. Three-pointer there, no good. Hester with the rebound. Reed takes it across midcourt. McKnight. Reed. Stolen away by the Knights. Here's Tillman Johnson. Taking it himself. And Tornadoes defend it nicely in transition. Now Reed the other way. Strong take to the hoop. Gets his own rebound and the finish in one. Charles Reed. Flexing his muscles down there underneath after the fast break attempt by Reed. A strong take He misses the initial attempt. And then the finish and one for Charles Reed. Foul was on Jude Ballstad, his second. Team foul number 4 for the Knights. Free throw there is good for Reed. Reed now with a team best 5 rebounds, a team best 4 steals to go along with 7 points. And Reed will take a well-deserved breather. Brown back on the court for the NATOs. 8:50 to play here in the second half. Five on the shot clock for the Knights, and from behind, Twain Wilson, a big-time block shot. It's the 4th block as a team for the NATOs. Three-pointer for KK Horton from the corner's good. KK Horton with his 4th three-pointer, and the Tornadoes trail by 2 once again. Horton now with 22 points to lead BC. Jumper there, up over McKnight. Eli Ballstad, a big answer there. After all sorts of momentum for the NATOs. 72-71 as the NATOs were able to take their first lead of the game. And then meanwhile, Tornadoes back up ahead again as KK Horton with the finish, 73-72 Brevard. Three-pointer, no good. McKnight, great job boxing out there. And DeVore committed the foul. The Tornadoes have stormed all the way back and lead the Knights 73-72. 7:38 to play in the second half. So the Tornadoes trailed at the half 50-36 and have come all the way back. The KK Horton three-pointer put Brevard over the top, gave the Tornadoes a 71-70 lead. Ballstat answered with a pull-up jumper. Southern Virginia took the lead back 72-71, and then KK Horton once again puts the Tornadoes on top. Horton with 24 points. And for KK Horton, 15 of those 24 have come here in the second half. Big time performance from the senior from Asheville. McKnight. Here's Carnes. Back to Wilson in the finish. Tornadoes now ahead 75-72. Three-pointer there for the Knights, and then the putback is good by Karshner on the miss by Griffith. Stolen away by the Knights, and the finish there. And just like that, the Knights back into the lead, 76-75. Three-pointer by Carnes is good. Jaden Carnes with his third three-pointer, and the Tornadoes back ahead 78-76 as these two teams trade in blows. Finish there by Karshner, and back and forth we go. All tied up at 78. Carnes with 13 points. KK Horan with 24. That's a career high. Ballstad leading the Knights with 27 points. Here's Carnes. Was looking for a cutting McKnight. Stolen away by the Knights. Tied up here at 78. We've had 9 lead changes and 9 ties in this one. As that ball's knocked out of bounds, it'll remain Knights basketball as Brendan Wansley checks back in. Wansley replacing Drashawn Brown. Well done by the NATOs. Another block shot. It's their 5th, and then the finish there by Wilson the other way. 80-78. NATOs on top of the Knights. Second chance opportunity here for the Knights, and a foul. That's been a big advantage for Southern Virginia the entire contest. That's their 9th offensive rebound. Tornadoes with 3 offensive rebounds in this one. And a trip to the free throw line for Karshner. Check that, Eli Ballstat to the line. And first free throw good for Ballstat. Ballstat will be attempting his 12th free throw attempt here. That's as many free throw attempts as the entire Tornado team. So one player for the Knights with 12 free throw attempts. The NATOs as a team with 12. Free throws and second chance opportunities have been the big difference here. Meanwhile, Tornadoes doing everything they can to turn this second half performance into a victory. Carnes from 3, no good. Reed with a tremendous effort, but he's ruled out of bounds. Trying to keep that inbounds. Charles Reed does so many of the things you don't see in the box score. He's done it throughout his career. Outstanding defender, gritty player. And a finish there by who else? Ballstad. He's now over 30. In fact, right at the 30 mark. 4:18 to play here, second half. 81-80, Southern Virginia. Teams continue to trade the lead. Horan missing that jumper from the baseline. Three-pointer here from Ballstad, no good. Another second chance opportunity for the Knights. Ultimately, Good comes up with it. That was Green getting a long rebound there for the Knights, and Knights are going to reset things, and then a take there by Eli Ballstad. And it's ruled off of Ballstad. No foul on the play, so nice defense by Carnes to keep up by Ballstad, and that'll bring us to a media timeout with 3:43 to play. Knights 81, Tornadoes 80. 90-87, Knights on top. What a ball game we've had here at the Bosch. Apologies for some technical difficulties there with our audio. But to catch you up, Tillman Johnson put Southern Virginia up 88-85 at the 2-minute mark. KK Horton answered, made it 88-87, and then Christian Good on a beautiful pass from Eli Ballstadt for his 6th assist. Gave Southern Virginia a 90-87 lead. And the Tornadoes will go to work here. Wansley. Carnes. Here's Reed. With 10 seconds on the clock, Horan launches a 3. It's rebounded by the Knights, and then a foul by Reed, and the Knights will head to the free throw line. Knights able to burn a few more seconds there. Those were critical. .8 seconds left on the clock. And Eli Ballstadt makes the first of a 1-and-1, and that's a big one. It makes it a 2-possession ball game with just over 6 seconds remaining. Ballstadt's been just sensational in this one. Second free throw up is good. Timeout for Southern Virginia to make sure they have things set defensively. It'll give the Brevard bench a chance to draw up something, which really got to work quickly here. Down by 5 points. You need to score on 2 separate possessions with just seconds left to play here, and Tornadoes will see if they can pull off the improbable here in these final seconds, but Southern Virginia very much looking in command now after that final stop. And Ballstadt with a pair of free throws. He now has 32 to lead all scorers, 11 of 14 from the line. KK Horton with career-high 26. So on the court for the Tornadoes, Reed, Carnes, Horton, Hester, and Wansley. So starting lineup for Brevard. And going to have to work very quickly here as Reed looking to inbounds. Horton, and a foul to give for Southern Virginia. And that'll keep the Tornadoes away from attempting a field goal there and burn another second or so off the clock. Now Hester from 3, it's no good, and that'll do it from here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. So Southern Virginia holds on, and Southern Virginia able to improve to 1-0 in the USA South Conference. Tornadoes lose the conference opener 92-87, your score. So, big time win for Southern Virginia. They stake that big lead at the half, ahead 50-36. And the NATOs despite a big comeback in the second half, able to come all the way back, make this a ball game. Outscoring Southern Virginia by 8 points in that second half, but Southern Virginia finishes things off and gets the win, 92-87. Now a 6-game win streak overall for Southern Virginia, 10-2 overall. The Tornadoes fall to 5-5 overall, 0-1 in the USA South Conference. Tornadoes led by KK Horton, a career performance. 26 points, 4 3-pointers made, 10 of 16 from the field. Jaden Carnes had 16 points. Brennan Wansley had 12. Hester had 7. Reed had 7. Also got it done with 5 rebounds and 4 steals. Justin Goudlock with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Drayshawn Brown with 2 points. And Twain Wilson, 9 points, 4 assists. Eli Ballstad, certainly the player of the game in this one. 32 points, 11 of 14 from the line. Made 3 3-pointers, also had 6 assists, 3 rebounds. Tillman Johnson with 14 points and 10 rebounds, so double-double for Johnson. And Green with 12 points, also Karshner with 12 points, 8 rebounds for Southern Virginia. Southern Virginia shot 52% from the field. Tornadoes were remarkable shooting the ball, 58%. That included a 63% mark in that second half. Tornadoes made 9 3-pointers in the second half, 13 for the contest. But the big difference in this one, Tornadoes turnovers 18, leading to 21 points off turnovers for Southern Virginia. And the second chance points certainly swayed Southern Virginia's way. 18 second chance points coming off of those 11 offensive rebounds for Southern Virginia. Well, the Tornadoes will regroup and hit the road on Tuesday with a trip to Mary Baldwin in Staunton, Virginia to continue USA South Conference play. Then the Tornadoes will be back home on Saturday, January the 11th, 1 week from today. Men's and women's doubleheader versus Methodist. Speaking of the women's team, we'll see if we can get you one final update from Raleigh, North Carolina. And indeed, the Tornadoes women's team wins 65-43 over Meredith. Well, big thanks to all those who helped behind the scenes for this one. Appreciate the work of Juan Mascaro Jr. pushing all the buttons as our producer this afternoon. Public address announcer, Ray Gill. Jim Hannis, our official scorer. Handling the statistics, sports information director Joseph Marvin, and Eric Freet, sports information assistant. Destiny Williams and Coach Brad Jones handling the clocks this afternoon. And big thanks to you, NATO Nation, for tuning in to another edition of Brevard College men's basketball. That'll do it for us here at the Bosch. Your final score for the final time, Southern Virginia 92, Brevard 87. Go Tornadoes.